Welcome, everybody, to the Tangent Gamer Podcast, Season 2, Episode 8. Lots of PlayStation news happened all this week. RazorCon, did anybody care? Xbox heating up, a little spicy here, and much, much more here on Tangent Gamer Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the Tangent Gamer Podcast. This is Max, your host. Steven, unfortunately, will not be able to be in. He might be able to jump on later mid-combo, so we have Pug in a Blanket. Here. We have Pug in a Blanket right now going. But welcome, everybody else. Fabian, how are you doing today, sir? Hungry. Me three. Me three. Thomas, TJ O'Brien, how are you doing today, sir? And he is quiet, silent, and confused. Nope, still can't hear you. But we'll come back to you in just a second, sir. Winton, how are you doing today, man? We'll see. TJ, how's your mic going now? Yes! Yay! How you doing today, man? I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm sipping out of my flower cup, and I'm happy to be here. So, first topic for today. First topic I have is, guys, again, PS5, Sony did an official teardown of their console. Um, the first thing I can say about this thing is it is a big boy. A big boy. I don't know if you saw. If you want, you can actually go to TheVerge.com and watch it, or go to the YouTube channel for PlayStation and watch the teardown. The console starts off in its full, complete form, and the thing is about the size of the guy's chest. It is huge. Then he starts going ahead and pointing out all the ports, take and just starts tearing it out and tearing it apart. First thing I can say is, again, this is a big boy, 15.4 inches by 10.24 inches by 4.09 inches, guys. Yeah, his whole torso. And I mean, just any, I don't care how tall or how big an adult man is, if a console's the size of a whole torso, that's already really, really big. um yeah, it is insane. But the thing I can say is they're doing it to make sure to prevent any kind of overheating whatsoever. So we understand that PCs can be really big sometimes, and they need to be like that because they draw in a lot of heat due to that all the power that it tries to consume. This is the same thing, but it kind of leaves me and begs to question. As they were doing the teardown, I'm just going to go through the specs real quick. I'm just going to blast through it. 120 millimeter fan, expandable M.2 PCIe 4.0, which accepts all sizes of that M.2 drive. 4K Blu-ray disc drive if you got the one with the 4K Blu-ray disc. Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0. Liquid metal cooling. Guys, that is a big deal. I'm going to go into that in a second here. The CPU is an AMD x86 64 AMD Ryzen Zen 2 processor. Zen 2. And we'll go into the new processors that AMD announced later on in the show. But 8 cores, 16 threads, up to 3.5 gigahertz. The GPU is an RDNA 2, which is a technology that still hasn't even come out yet. RDNA 2 based graphics up to 2.23 gigahertz, 10.3 teraflops. GDDR6, 16 gigs of it, and an onboard 825 gigabyte SSD with custom SSD controller, which can do raw data transfers of up to 5.58 gigabytes per second. And the thing that got me pretty crazy was it's only drawing 350 watts of power, as that is the power supply. So it's even less than that. They're probably putting some overhead there for the power supply, the 350 watt power supply. So here, let me go ahead and get this going. All right, how about now? How's that? Can everybody hear me now? All right. All right, perfect, perfect. So, yeah, it's going pretty. It's a lot of stuff. So, Winston, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with you. Can you please tell us about everything that you heard about this PlayStation and what it means to you? You heard about this PlayStation. No, we we are now having some technical difficulties. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get this fixed. No, we. All right. Hold on here, guys. I think I got this. I think I got this. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this fixed. Let me see here. And hold on, hold on. All right, somebody say something. No, still nothing. My source is good. Skype source is not. Do 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 do. Low new NDI tech. All right, so this is what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, just for a quick second here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the NDI, and I am going to go ahead and put the new NDI here. And calling advanced. Calling and advanced. All right, guys, I am back in. I just had to do a quick reset here. And sorry, I do apologize, everybody. Oh, why is it resetting? Oh man, I can't believe this is happening now. All right. All right. Let me see if that helped any. I know. Sorry, everybody. This is all y'all spaces were frozen. Undo, unmute audio Skype. That is so weird that it is not tracking all y'all. Weird. This is really weird. Hold on. Why is this not working? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is already happening. I know. Steven! It says unhide. Are we now? All right, hold on. I didn't touch anything on this. Why is this happening now? I didn't do anything. unhide all. Okay. Let me see. Let me try that, and that. I am going to go ahead and mute the Skype audio. All right. Can y'all try speaking real quick?
Real quick.
So speaking.
Oi. Oi, hello? I can hear myself. Fabian, TJ?
Hello?
I'm good. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
I can hear yourself.
Yes.
I can hear myself. I think it's good.
Okay.
Fabian, TJ?
I think I have an echo now.
I'm good. I mean,
Yeah, Max, you have
what's going on.
Gotta love technology. Woohoo!
Technology.
If it's not one thing, it's another, guys. I do apologize. Give me 1 second here.
You sound like one of those intercoms.
All right, how about now, guys?
Like at a grocery store.
Yeah?
Clean
Please
up
tell
on
me I'm
aisle
good.
3. Clean up on aisle 3.
Please tell me I sound good.
Talk one more time.
Yeah, man.
All right, you're better. Yeah, you're better.
No, he's not. Never mind.
Wait,
Max, I can't hear
Max.
you.
No, we can't hear you. Max, we can't hear you.
Okay, so now we are good. Fantastic. Okay. So now, yeah, now that we're 17 minutes in and the audio is great again. Again, guys, the PS5 teardown happened this week. Big boy, huge. We're talking maybe about this much compared to me. This wide.
Yeah, Max is pretty tiny.
I know. That's that wide angle camera, you know. So 15.4 by 10.24 by 4.09 inches with one USB-C, three USB-As, and LAN and HDMI out. Side panels do come off, 120 millimeter fan, expandable storage, M.2 PCIe 4.0 on all sizes. That's very important because that does open up more options for you. 4K Blu-ray disc drive, Wi-Fi 6 with Bluetooth 5.0, liquid metal cooling, a top-of-the-line current Zen 2 processor with an unreleased RDNA 2 based graphics. That's not even on computers just yet. GDDR6, 16 gigs with an onboard 825 gigabyte SSD with custom SSD controller, 5.58 gigabytes per second raw data speed transfers, and a 350 watt power supply. Winton.
Speak English.
Winton. In other words, it's a big boy that has a lot of power in it. What does this mean to you?
This means that it should be an awesome console. Max, you didn't own a PlayStation, but my PS4 sounds like a freaking jet engine when it's trying to play games like God of War, Uncharted, or The Last of Us. If you have a PS4 Pro, it's even louder. So just by looking at this teardown and just looking at how they built this console, you can tell, right out the gate, their main focus was trying to make this console stay cool and then also stay quiet when you're playing video games for long periods of time. I could care less about how big the console is or what it looks like, as long as it can play video games at its, as long as it can play video games at its best, I'm cool with that. So all this makes me happy.
Sorry about that. I was just reading the comments there. That yeah, it's crazy on how much power. And yeah, I've only heard stories about the jet engine PS4 just going off and the fans just not stopping. Fabian, so as a guy who's not really into computers, these specs just talk about pure power. Now, you watching this teardown, does that get you excited?
I mean, it looks like it's gonna perform at its best. Like Winston said, basically, the more airflow the console has, I guess, the bigger the console, the more airflow inside.
Yeah.
It's gonna be able to perform at its best for longer times, longer period of time. So it'll be good in regards to performance. As the size, it's still, I think it's too big of a console for me, especially for my setup.
Yeah.
Like my setup for the Xbox One Series X is going to be perfect on what I have now. The PS4, I don't have the Pro version, so it's like decent size. But for the PS5, that thing is a big boy.
A big boy.
Yeah.
Big
so maybe in time they'll come out with a slim version of it. They always do. So let's see how that goes. So maybe I'll get one then. Maybe depending if they talk about the new God of War. But I'm getting off subject here. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it works. Let's see if I'm pretty sure there's going to be no issues in regards to performance on the console. So the size in itself is a testament to that. And also, they were even in the teardown, they were talking about they're doing this to quiet down the system, because the PS4, that thing is loud. And I have the older version. I don't have the Pro version, so I can only imagine how much louder that one is, because the PS4, the normal one, is already loud as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a crazy loud, and like I said, I mean, I don't own a PS4. TJ, you own a PS4. Was the heating ever an issue for you when you ever played your PS4? What was the fans loud going off? I mean, did that disturb your gaming sessions?
I don't really hear the fans on mine.
Oh, well, then I guess you're one of the lucky few.
Yeah, I mean,
or he probably just doesn't give it any attention.
Man, my TV's too loud. I don't know, but I mean,
his TV is loud.
I want to feel like I'm there. I mean, I don't really notice it overheating. I don't really notice the noise coming from it. I like the older slim design. This giant design is kind of off-putting, but at the same time, like Fabian said, I'll definitely wait for like a smaller, slimmer version to come out, as long as it does its job. But like I said, I only do PlayStation for exclusives, so it's not really something I'm jumping on the gun for.
Same here.
Yeah, and as somebody who was planning on joining, I think this was a sign for me not to jump in just yet. As they say, early adopters get the first defects. So we're the ones that actually got to figure out whether or not this is going to be, a worthy size. If my entertainment center is going to be able to be compatible with this big boy. Even with the Series X, I still find that bigger than what I kind of wanted. But I specifically bought a wall mount that is being designed for the Series X, so I can wall mount it. And yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Off the wall purchases.
Oh man.
Is it off the wall though? And I bought two mounts to mount my controllers on the wall too, so I can just.
This guy's going all out.
Yeah,
Well, also, in regards to the size,
on his wall.
in regards to the size of the consoles, I mean, the more power they're pushing, obviously with future consoles as well, the more power is pushing, the more heat it creates. So I can see how they want to, basically the sizes of the consoles have to be accordingly to what the power output
Yeah,
and all
definitely.
that. So
No, definitely, and which is why I find it very shocking and very cool that they're using liquid metal cooling. Like, guys, that is a huge deal. Winton, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So basically, because the CPU in the PS4 is pretty much at overclock, it's at overclock speed, so they need something to throughout time to make sure that it run efficiently to cool it down as well too. And there was like this big rumor before we even got the announcement of the PS5 that they were looking into doing liquid metal for the cooling system because they had patented it, but everybody thought that was just speculations and rumor. But then turns out it is liquid metal. So
Yes.
so
surprise.
yeah, using liquid metal for the CPU is definitely going to cool that thing down because it being set at an overclock speed in order to operate, that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot in going forward. So, yeah, like it's all about cooling when it comes to this console. And from what like Japanese YouTubers and influencers has said last week when they got hands on with the console after the console being on for like 1 to 2 hours of just nonstop playing games, the console was still cool. So that's awesome to hear, and I think that comes really down to the liquid metal cooling on the CPU. But then also it has like that big ass heat sink
Yes.
that's also in there. There's pretty much the PS5 is a vent because there's vents on the front and the back. The
And it even has a
radiator fan.
yeah, it even
Yeah,
has a
fan.
place
Fan.
to draw the dust out of the console.
Exactly, and that's awesome because every now and then I'll open up my PS4 and try to clean out the dust so that way it'll be able to run smoothly. But just seeing that they took the time to figure out and how to put how to get dust in one little location to where it's easier for you to cleaning out, that's awesome. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people are excited. This was a big thing, and they also announced that 99% of those PS4 games that you do have will work on this console too, which is great. But there's a 1% to that, guys. A 1%. Raymond, thank you so much for liking the stream. Greatly appreciate it. But 99% of PS4 games are backwards compatible with this console. So what about that 1%? Well, they actually released some of the games that will not be compatible. 10 games, in fact, that will not be compatible with the PS5. And these PS4 games are DWVR, Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma, Volume 1, TT Isle of Man, Ride of the Edge 2, Just Deal With It, Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson The Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, which is actually a big one, Shadwin, Joe Diner. So, yeah, I think those were the 10 games that they announced. Now, do we care, guys? I mean,
Hitman would probably be the main one in that list, in my opinion. Other ones can.
Hitman's the only one on that list.
Yeah, Hitman's
What?
the only one in that list. So
What?
to me, Hitman is the only one in that list. Yeah.
What?
Unless it was like an exclusive on there, yeah, I would see an issue with that. But yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
Joe Diner. Joe fucking Diner. No, but no, another game that's in that list that's really popular that I'm surprised is Shadow Complex. Like that's been a popular arcade game ever since going back to like the Xbox 360. I'm surprised that that's not also compatible, but each his own.
yeah. And I mean, they made a remaster for it because for the fact that Shadow Complex is a very popular game. It was actually an Xbox Arcade original, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was an Xbox Arcade original. But yeah, so those are the 10 games that aren't backwards compatible with the console so far. They said that they're going to announce some more later on. But in order for you to find out if these PS4 games are good for your experience, Sony told everybody, well, you know what? You have to test it out and find out. We're not testing out these games. You have to test it out. Which is kind of weird to me. I mean, you think that they would say, hey, like Xbox, here's the list of games that will be great and run great on this console. But PS4 essentially said, guys,
figure it out.
come on. I mean, it's going to be up to you to test out the game and figure out, hey, is this going to be compatible for you?
Well, at least they made it kind of easy to figure out.
99% of games, yeah, that's great, but I mean, I just find it weird. And then they also state, oh, go ahead.
I mean, let's be serious. Are we really going to sit there and play games from past generations?
Do we really buy a PS5 to play PS4
games? Like, let's be honest.
Well,
If you're buying a new console, you're buying a new console to play the latest games that are going to be coming out. I highly doubt there's going to be gamers out there that are going to get the PS5 and then they're going to want to sit there and play. Damn, I can't think of the game off the top of my head.
the first Horizon.
I get under. Well, no, the first Horizon is going to be part of PlayStation Plus collection. So I meant like you're gonna. Are you really going to sit there and play? Let's say, damn it, the first Afro Samurai, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be compatible since Afro Samurai 2 is not. You're telling me you're going to sit there and play the first Afro Samurai game from PS4 on your PS5? Come on.
Well, you got to think about the parents during Christmas time, who bought these new consoles, probably for their kids, and you know what? They just don't have the money the $70 to dish out for a new game, when they can go to GameStop and pay $3, $4, $20 for a game. I mean, what if they grab one of those games? And what if the games that they did grab, the game starts skipping at, level 37 out of 50? I mean, and PlayStation's thought is, well, I mean, y'all need to figure that out. Y'all need to see if that works.
20, and then you find out those games aren't compatible, and then you return them, and you get 50 cents for all three of them.
So yeah,
Wait, you got 50 cents?
I just find it. I actually had to pay them to take it, but no, I just find it really weird. But Raymond actually had a question for us guys, and also if y'all have any questions during the stream, please post them up. We'll give you a shout out on them, and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. But Raymond said, games that are iconic deserve the right to be played on all consoles. They shouldn't be locked to just one generation of console.
No, and I understand that. Like like The Last of Us Part 2, because there's not going to be a remastered version anytime soon. I can understand that being played on PS5. I can understand the
First, last.
I get under the that's part of the PlayStation
My
Plus
God,
collection. But I can understand that's part of the PlayStation Plus collection too.
Jeez.
But I can understand the Uncharted collection, games 1 through 3. That's understandable. But I meant besides the iconic PlayStation exclusive games, is there really any other reason to have the other games that are not really talked about as much to be backwards compatible?
But your Last of Us might be. I mean, somebody's Joe's Diner might be your Last of Us.
If there's a Joe Diner fan out there that is upset about this news, hit us up.
Yes, please.
Tweet at me
I
or
will
something,
bring
'cause
you
I wanna-
on the show. I will bring you on the show, and I want your thoughts on this. I mean, that's great. Joe Diner fans out there.
Because other than that, I mean, yes, it's nice to have backwards compatibility, but is it really needed though? I think mainly just for the exclusive PlayStation 4 games, the best ones that are out there. not the ones that hardly ever get noticed.
Well, I mean, what about the guy who trades in his console to his PS4 console to get the PS5, and now he can't afford anything else? You know, I mean, what if he's trying to get those those trophies for that console? You know, what if he's still trying?
Oh, he had this whole time to do it.
So he's gonna wait until the next generation to get those trophies.
Well, yeah, and especially on how they changed, guys.
Oh my god.
He did that on purpose.
So PlayStation changed their trophy system now. So originally, I guess the trophy system, it went all the way up to 100. Now the trophy level went to 1 through 100 to 1 through 999. And then also there's a new level calculation. So depending on what trophies you get, instead of going up to level 12, will now get you up to level 220 something. And then also it'll convert whatever level you're at to the new trophy system. And there's also new trophy level icons. Guys, I mean, did anybody ask for this?
I mean,
maybe
that's cool.
for the people that are like into the trophy systems, like Gamerscore, like me and Xbox. I used to be all about Gamerscore.
An achievement hunter?
Yeah, an achievement hunter. So I recently reached 100K, but I could have done that way when the Xbox One first came out. But now I'm like, it's all still the same. So I mean, if people are into the trophy system, if they want it, I guess. But I only get, like I said, with me and PlayStation, it's all about exclusive. So the trophy system, I really don't care about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even a big trophy person. Like I'll only try to collect trophies if it's a game that I really, 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 really enjoy and that I want to like complete.
Mm-hmm.
But when it just, other than that, it's just a system that I'm just going to really not pay attention to going forward.
I think Xbox has it right with that satisfaction with the little. I mean, obviously, PlayStation has it as well now, but back when achievements were like first starting to become popular, a little a little pop up icon.
Yeah.
With how much gamer score and the difficult ones, like the very difficult achievements to get, so satisfying.
Yeah.
But maybe Xbox hopefully did.
And then just real quick, guys, DJ Nex said hi all on Twitch. Thank you. How are you doing, DJ Nex? Welcome to the podcast.
Followed. What's up?
Hey, that's what's up. Thank you for following, sir. Man, greatly appreciate you jumping on and joining us on this conversation. If y'all leave comments, we will try to answer them as best as possible during the stream. So please comment, chat with us. We love to hear y'all talk games with us. But yes, TJ, do you care about this trophy system change on PlayStation?
No.
Straight to the point. I like it.
I love that.
I mean, like I'm with Fabian on the whole thing. I'm here for exclusives, so I'm not really worried about what trophies I get, this or that.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I mean, yes, changing up the design of the trophies, it looks kind of, it looks different, but except for when you get platinum, it looks like they got lazy and they're like, let's just put a button.
Yeah, no, it is really weird. And guys, if y'all actually go to our Facebook page, I'm actually putting in the link in the comments, so y'all can check it out too. And the article is in there as well. So please check out our Facebook page. But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely a different change. And PlayStation had a huge week, especially with that stand, guys. Wasn't that stand pretty cool? I mean, it had a little compartment for the screw go from vertical to horizontal. I thought that was cool. And Xbox didn't think that was cool though. So they actually Xbox UK sent out a what's it called? A tweet.
A little jab.
a little, they sent out a little tweet there. Xbox UK put out a tweet. It says how to switch the Xbox Series X from vertical to horizontal, and they only put 2 pictures up, one vertical, one horizontal.
They're so funny.
To me,
to the point. I like.
that went from a little cheeky, and the more I looked at it, it went, to cringy. It was, I get it during the console wars of the PS4 and Xbox One, the whole used game, or how to, give one game to another person, how to borrow games. PlayStation put out a little video during that time. That was, I understand it. I get it. I know why they did it, but this battle is so totally different from what it was then. From what it was then, Xbox was just being completely dumb during that time. All right, they were trying to lock out the customer, the consumer, and PlayStation was, hey, we're completely open, and we're here for the gamer. But this generation, everybody, both parties are for the gamer. They're doing everything for the gamer. And I think, which one was that one? Riley agreed with me. Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, this battle's totally different. So something cheeky like that felt kind of off and wrong. I mean, TJ, funny? Do you think that was funny?
It was more just like a. It wasn't it sure was a knee slapper for sure. Yeah, sure. I don't really know. Yeah, it's one of those things you just kind of look at it and you're like, yeah, that's pretty funny, but it's not something that I'm gonna go around and show everyone like, dude, look how funny this is.
Winton, dude, please tell me that was kind of cringy.
It was cringy. It was a good cringy.
What was it though?
It was a good cringy, but not like that good cringy to where you're like laughing, but for a good minute. It was like a 10-second good cringy laugh.
Not even. It's just like.
But like you said earlier, with the passing of like the game for PS4, that was more effective. That was more effective because it basically kind of like put the nail in the coffin for the Xbox One during that time. This right here, it's all like, oh, okay, hey, look how easy it is to put the console horizontally. I mean, you can do that with the PlayStation 5, but that little joke is not really going to take away sales from that console, you know? So, I mean, whatever, get your shots in if you can, I guess.
Yeah.
Fabian, man, when you saw it, I'm pretty sure you thought it was funny at first, right? I mean, but
I thought it was funny when you first showed it to me. I was like, okay, I get it. And then I had completely forgotten, about the whole PlayStation thing doing, this is how you borrow games. Someone handing over another game to someone else, and then I'm like, okay, so this is kind of like a little jab towards PlayStation in regards to that. So it's not cringy to me. It's just like, that's funny. Okay. Move on.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. Like I said, it was just a different kind. Back then, it was a different kind of battle. It was the battle of the stuff that you're actually buying being able to be used on how you wanted it to. But this one right here was just an aesthetic thing. It's like making fun of somebody's look. It was weird to me. I don't know, guys. I'm just like,
I understand where you're coming from.
It was just really weird, and they tried to make a powerful move there, and it just wasn't powerful at all.
But it was also removed, right? You said that it was removed immediately after posting.
Exactly. Right? No, good. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yes, the tweet was removed a little bit after that. I would say it was only up online for an hour, so in online time, that was probably several thousand years that it was kind of posted. So everybody got wind of it. Everybody saw it. And they immediately took the tweet down. But yeah, I mean, they knew better. it was just really weird. And like I said, they tried to make a powerful move there. They tried to make a power move, and it wasn't power. It wasn't powerful at all. It just didn't have the same impact.
I like how they throw in that little jab, and then when people were doing the reviews for the Xbox Series S, what did a lot of people start saying about that?
Yeah.
Moving on to the next subject.
Nice little segue right there.
Nice.
Try to pull a Max there.
AMD 5000 series got announced. Woo!
Wait, what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
This guy.
No, yeah, overheating, guys, or not overheating. I should just say spicy hot console. Hot console, guys.
Dang it, Max.
God damn it.
Series X is hot.
Literally.
So we have been getting reports from influencers, from people who actually have hold of the console. They have been stating that their consoles are starting to get very hot. What was one of the major ones? I don't have it on top of my head, but when he pulled out the little external hard drive, he said that it actually burned. It was uncomfortable to touch on how hot that little expansion card was. Is Xbox having an issue with with their consoles heating up? I mean, let's start with Fabian. I mean, have you read into this at all?
Yeah, so basically they were saying that it was very physically hot, but that the console was so quiet, which kind of worries me because if you don't hear vents or the console trying to cool itself, like, is the size of the Xbox Series S going to be X an issue? Is it going to be an issue in the future? The more is being played, like they said, it was the console itself was getting hot, and but it will still be quiet. So like it was still performing like it should. But to me, it's like I don't hear any cooling. So how long is this going to be for? Unless the fans are magically quiet and it's actually cooling, but the console is still hot. So like you said, when they're taking out that card or the drive, and it's like physically uncomfortably hot. So imagine having it for a much longer period of time, or just eventually leaving that installed on the console, and over time maybe it just melts it, like because you never take it off. Like things like that I can see becoming an issue. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I'm hoping Xbox is actually looking into it. I don't know, because this is actually very, very important in regards to the cooling issues, because PS5 I think has it in the bag in regards to this right now, but Xbox I can see possible issues with this in the future. So
yeah. Well, Winton, Microsoft did state that the consoles were just getting as hot as the Xbox One X, and that there should be no issues going on whatsoever. I mean, do I hear some kind of conspiracy kind of thing? Like, are they trying to hide it? I mean, is the console actually truly getting hot? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if it's something that they can't figure out right out the gate. I didn't own an Xbox One X, so I don't really know how hot that console gets. Like Fabian said. Oh, okay. So like Fabian said, this can be a little bit. It can be a little bit worrisome. Because you're going into this next generation, we're talking about the size factor and how both consoles are made. You would think that with the big vent at the top of the system, and then of course with the liquid cooling that is also inside of the Xbox Series X, that this will be, pretty much almost on par with what the PlayStation 5 is doing. But from what people are saying, it's getting really hot after hours of playing it. You just told us that the guy burned himself off of the proprietary.
Well, he didn't burn himself. He just said it was uncomfortable to touch. Like he said, like he was trying to touch the metal part of it, and he was saying like he couldn't touch it. He couldn't touch it because it was hot.
So I don't know. Hopefully, we literally have like a month away before these consoles are released. Hopefully, this is something that they can quickly figure out a workaround or try to fix the issue before it gets sold to the masses. Because if this continues on, this could, I wouldn't say this could be like a big issue, but this could probably turn some people off when it comes to the console, overheating after a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And TJ, they were saying that the console was still quiet. So, I mean, this might be an issue to where the fan is not kicking on at the right time, or, that it's not kicking on at all. So do you think that this can be fixed by a software thing where if it detects, the temperature to be instead of 100 degrees at 90 degrees, the fan should kick on? Do you think that, a software fix like that can help out? Or do you think that this might be an actual hardware issue where the fan is not able to kick on, or it's just not kicking on right? I mean, what's your thought on that?
I mean, I kind of look at the design of it and think that even if the fan is on, everything is kind of like layered on top of each other from the design. So maybe some things aren't getting the proper airflow that they should be. So, I mean, I feel like you should be able to hear the fan. Because I feel like if you can't hear the fan, it's obviously not running fast enough unless you just have like a really weird, like two-bladed fan. But
yeah, and I don't know if y'all know how the Xbox vents itself. So the air actually comes out from top. So this console is naturally meant to be stood up, and when you hot air naturally rises. So inside this box, the hot air will naturally rise, and this fan is at the top. So it's pushing and drawing that air into the fan and pushing it out of the console. And it's drawing the air from underneath the stand, which is why the stand is always permanent. And the console actually, when it's standing vertical, is, kind of raised up from that stand. So it's drawing air from the bottom up to the top, the cool air from the bottom to the top. So this, again, was naturally designed to be a vertical console. Yes, the console can be laid horizontally. It might, horizontal might change it up a bit. It might not. I mean, does Xbox have some trouble on their hands? I mean, I don't think that they would send out the console like, knowing that it has a possibility of overheating. They've done everything to try to prevent that. I mean, Winton, what you have something to say on this? What's your thought on that?
Well, I was just reading Aaron Greenberg's tweet. He's the GM for Xbox Games Marketing at Microsoft. And he basically came in and he basically commented saying that the system will output system heat, or the console will output system heat out of exhaust just like any other console will. Our engineer team confirmed that heat leaving the console is not significantly different than the Xbox One. This matches my experience at home: quiet, fast, and impressive power of size. So, I mean, like you said, it's the cold air from the bottom of the console is going in, and then it's releasing the heat coming out from the top. I don't think this will be like kind of like an issue, but just seeing some people that are saying that there was a large amount of heat even when the console was in standby mode. Like, hopefully this is something that it does get fixed or patched up before it gets released into the mass. I wouldn't think that Microsoft would release a console that's going to be prone to getting hot 24/7.
Yeah,
like, I have a feeling that this will be like a thing in the past once people get their hands on it officially.
Just don't want to have them 360 flashbacks.
Ring of Death.
Or I mean, PlayStation had an issue also with Yellow Light of Death. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all consoles have that issue. It's. Yeah, but this generation and even last generation, they've done everything to try to prevent that from happening by increasing the size to creating different cooling solutions. I mean, this is again, I think this is fake news. To be honest with you, I think it's just people trying to, trying to get a story in. I don't think that these consoles have the heating issues that people are saying that they have, but we will find out on day one, guys. We will find out on day one.
If there is
a hands-on demo.
I will actually, and as soon as I get my console, I will be doing a live unboxing as well. Since me and a few other Tangent gamers here got our consoles from GameStop, they are going to be releasing the consoles to us 11 p.m. The day before. So.
Very nice.
Yes, so we will be doing a live unboxing, guys. And I just went to GameStop last week and paid off my console, so pretty excited.
Already?
Yes, already. And I did get the warranty with it. And yes, people, guys, I highly recommend, please get a warranty with your console if you're able to. As being an early adopter of new technology, there might be some issues that cannot be fixed immediately, and that warranty can actually save you later on. So if you're able to get the warranty, I'm not sponsored, I'm not getting anything out of it, I'm just, as a consumer, please get a warranty because it will benefit you in the long run. So
better safe than sorry.
yes, just if you're able to, please, guys.
Especially if you're spending that much, at least try to get a warranty on it, because you don't want to be SOL on a new console that just came out, and you could have had the warranty.
Exactly. But you know what? You're not going to be spending a lot of money on these new AMD Ryzen processors.
Hell yeah, you
CPUs. No, actually, these are pretty consumable. So, AMD 5000 series CPUs have been announced. This is exactly what I have been waiting for. I am in the middle of designing my next PC, and then once the the big Navi GPUs be announced, the 6000 series, the RX 6000 series, I might actually be getting that. So I am building an AMD rig. But that being said, though, I will going on a tangent here. The AMD 5900X Ryzen 9 or Ryzen 3 processor has been announced. $549 US. 12 cores, guys. 24 threads. 4.9 gigahertz. They still can't get above that 5 gigahertz threshold. But guys, this is huge. As a recent computer enthusiast, I've been designing, looking at, trying to build my next computer. This is a big deal because AMD, before they even started their whole conference, they did state that this CPU was designed for gamers, with gamers in mind. So they showed off a couple of demos here and there for the 5900X and the 5600X, but the 5800X $449 US for an 8-core 16-thread, and the 5600X $299, only $300 for a 6-core 12-thread processor for 4.6 gigahertz. They are doing a straight compete against Intel. Team Blue, guys, used to be the number one CPU for the longest time. This CPU is amazing. I mean, I can't explain that enough on how... I don't want to get too technical with it, just for the fact that compared to an Intel CPU, real quick, the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X compared to an i5 10600K, which is the newest 10th generation, right? 10th gen? Yeah. 19% better performance in single thread, and a 20% gain in multi-thread, which they actually used to have a little bit of trouble in or actually they had trouble in the single thread. I'm sorry, they actually had trouble competing against Intel in single thread, but now they are outperforming them in single thread performance. And at 1080p gaming, you get a 13% increase. Now, this might seem like kind of small to y'all, but 13%, guys, that's if your Intel i5 was giving you 100 frames per second, that extra 13 frames, it fluctuates. So that can be the difference. So it just, any gain possible compared to Intel is incredible. So TJ, you already had something to say. This isn't cheap to you. Why don't you think that's not cheap compared to what they were originally doing?
Because I don't need it.
You don't need it. Okay.
I guess if you're just starting out and you want to get like the 5600 for like 300, sure, why not? But if you're trying to go all out and get the 5950 and you want to spend that $800, go for it.
Winton, I mean, was this announcement as hitting as you thought it was going to be?
Yeah. I'm very surprised at AMD's performance when it comes to the CPUs. They're getting better each and every generation. Will it overtake Intel? Probably not. But for people that are wanting to get amazing performance at that, bargain of a price, go ahead and go for it. Because I mean, like, just by looking at it, a 12 core 24 thread CPU and a 16 cores 32 thread with Intel, that's a lot of money right out the gate. And you can get that you can get at least a 12 core for like $549. That's kind of a good deal in my eyes.
Yeah, no, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, but that's when it comes to CPUs though. When it comes to GPUs, if they can just work on the heating issues, then yeah, I can see the GPUs also being a really good competitor to Nvidia, but Nvidia is just so far ahead when it comes to the technology behind their GPUs. I still feel like they still have a little bit more catching up to do when it comes to the Radeon series. But man, the Ryzen CPUs, they're
works of art.
Yeah, they're top of the line at the price that they're giving you right now.
And and you were talking about heating issues. These CPUs normally actually came with their own CPU cooling, but now this is first in a long time that the 5900X and the 5800X will not be coming with their own coolers anymore. The only one that's actually going to come with its own cooler is the 5600X, and these coolers aren't that bad, but they believe at that point there are better cooling options than what they would be able to provide. So it makes sense, and especially if you already have the money to dish out, for a $450 CPU, you should be able to get your own cooling system by that point. But Fabian, I mean, as somebody who is just getting in, just hearing the specs on this, compared to Intel at 1080p gaming, you have a 13% performance increase. I mean, do you plan on jumping up to an AMD Zen 3 processor anytime soon?
The prices make it very tempting. But me, honestly, I would rather go for... and I'm just new for PC, but for me, I'd rather go for I know what's going to be good, and Intel is good. I don't want to be a guinea pig just starting off and getting a new PC, so I'd rather just straight up go for the good stuff, and then I know I'm not going to have any issues there.
Which CPU are you getting, do you know?
I would have to look because I switched it up. I already chose I forgot which one I chose, but I switched it up last minute. So Steven, unfortunately, that's not here. Did that for me, so I actually don't know which one he got me, but I know it's better for sure.
No, he was originally getting a Ryzen 7. I mean, a Zen 2 7 processor, but then if he switched it up, then I don't know what he switched it up to.
Yeah.
But no, I've actually been waiting to hear the news on this, and from what I've heard, has been just great so far from what they have announced. They also announced their AMD Ryzen 9 5950X processor, which is the best for creators and for gamers, both combined. You're looking at 16 cores, 32 threads, 4.9 gigahertz boost with a 72 megabyte L2 L3 cache with 105 total draw power. Guys, that is insane for 16 cores, 32 threads. And I believe the price is going to be $700 if I'm not mistaken on that. For $700. That $799, so $800. But even then, I think that outbeats an i9 by far. An i9 10th gen processor, completely out of the water. And all these processors are using a 7 nanometer architecture compared to Intel, which is only using, I believe at this point in time, a 14. They're still using 14 nanometer processors. So the smaller that these processors get, the more stuff that you can fit into it. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but as you make the components smaller, the more power you can pack into a square area. So this is just incredible. This is just straight incredible. Now, they did tease their big Navi processors, the RX 6000 series, working with the 5950X, and they were actually getting some big numbers here. So Borderlands 3 running at 4K 3840 by 2160 was getting 61 frames per second. Call of Duty Modern Warfare was getting 88 frames per second, and Gears of War 5 was getting 73 frames per second. And all this was being done at 4K. So
that's pretty impressive.
It is impressive. Now, is it 3080, 3090 competitive?
Is the what?
Is it 3080, 3090 competitive?
Ooh, I don't know. Because I really can't say. I really can't say it is because again, Radeon graphics card has been for like previous past generations. All they had is heating issues. Heating issues. That's what pretty much every Radeon owner will pretty much tell you. Heating issues and issues with downloading like new drivers. If they are able to fix that, depending on how much this graphics card costs, it could put a little running for NVIDIA's money. But again, in the technology behind NVIDIA's graphics cards is just it's way out of this world. I wouldn't say right out the gate it will be competitive, but if they can perfect this and make more like it in the future to where it gets even better, then yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
it will get to the point where people don't really have to be like, oh, I have to go with NVIDIA going forward. But you can literally sit there and be like, man, should I do NVIDIA? But this Radeon graphics cards, they're up there too as well. So
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
exactly. Well, that's the big thing, and AMD has always been pro-consumer, and they've always tried to undercut NVIDIA. They've always tried to undercut Intel at everything. Now, this is the first CPU that are in a long time that they actually increased the price on, being $50 over what Intel has originally been offering on their price for CPUs. So they feel like their CPUs are powerful enough to go ahead and raise that price. So we will see on 11/5, November 5th, when these CPUs come out on how well they do. Also, as well, because this was only a tease for the RX 6000 series graphics cards, they are going to be actually showing off and announcing the true power of these graphics cards on the 28th of October. So they will be doing a little conference on this 6000 series. Make sure that you tune in on YouTube, youtube.com at the AMD official page to check it out.
Nice.
Also, as well, you can check us out at tangentgamerpodcast.com, where all our handles will be at. So if you ever want to play video games with us, you can always catch us. You can catch our latest episodes, our past episodes, and you can also purchase some merch, guys. We got t-shirts, we got phone cases, we are actually creating a winter line as well for sweatpants, yoga pants. I just gave Fabian a teaser on what our sweatpants look like.
Getting yoga pants.
And much, much more. So please visit tangentgamerpodcast.com for your latest news, video, and merch.
Yoga pants on stream, Fabian?
Ooh.
You know it. I'm gonna show them cheeks. Be like, ooh, look how comfortable I look. While sipping on my coffee. You know, just comfortable.
Ooh.
I got the Need for Speed, guys. The Need for Speed
Good, though.
Hot Pursuit Remastered has been announced. So, EA Games has announced that they are doing a Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered that's going to go ahead and support crossplay and updated graphics for the new console. And you will be able to purchase it. I forgot the time frame that they said that you can go ahead and get that at. Guys, is this Need for Speed Hot Pursuit the thing that we asked for on November 13th? Or November 6th, I'm sorry. November 6th and November 13th on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, poor Nintendo Switch. Hot Pursuit is a good game, but there's two Need for Speed games that I want remastered, and that is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yes, sir.
And the very first Need for Speed Underground. Those are the two that I want remastered.
Yes.
But
Those are my only two favorite. Like Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit is one of them too. But Need for Speed Most Wanted and Need for Speed Underground were groundbreaking. Like straight up.
Yes.
Oh man. To me, Hot Pursuit is good too. I'm actually gonna get it just for nostalgia reasons. Do you know by any chance that I didn't look into it besides the fact that it's cross multiple play? You said.
Yes.
And updated graphics. Do you know if everything is the same, like music-wise and all that? Because usually with remasters, they try to change the music.
They actually did not state whether or not the music was changing or anything like that. If they were able to keep the licenses, I'm pretty sure that they were able to, though.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna get it just because of nostalgia reasons. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
TJ, man, are you a fan of racing games any? I actually don't know this.
Not really.
He just yells out, "Zombies!"
Give me guns.
Guns and zombies. That's all I need.
What if they put guns on the cars and then it becomes vehicular combat?
Or you're talking about like
Need for Speed Twisted Metal.
twisted metal type shit.
Yeah.
Or are you just talking about straight Twisted Metal?
Maybe we just get another Twisted Metal game. You never know.
It has been a while. I would take a Twisted Metal game.
Exactly.
That one was on the PS3, right? PS3? Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was a long time.
Wasn't it the last one that came out?
That was PS2.
It was just Twisted Metal. Yeah, it was just Twisted Metal. That's it. I think Twisted Metal Black was on PS2.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Oh goodness.
But you know what? You know what I feel TJ would be excited for?
What?
A Wolfenstein Prey Dishonored Collections.
These transitions, bro.
On point.
So, on the ESRB. Ooh. Ouch. The ESRB website they actually kind of teased, not even teased, it kind of got released, announcing on the Xbox Series consoles. I'm not going to say Series S or X, just the Xbox Series consoles, that there's going to be a Wolfenstein Alt Edition, which will contain Wolfenstein New Blood, or right, New Blood or Old Blood. I'm sorry, Old Blood,
Blood is the first one, yeah.
New Order, Young Blood, and what was the other one? There's another one.
Mine just went blank.
Mine just went blank too.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a collection.
Yeah, it's just the
much all the
collection,
reason-
except for the
yeah.
VR version. So yeah, there was
except for the VR version.
yeah,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
because the purchase of Bethesda.
Yeah.
And they also announced or it was also teased, rumored, leaked, a Dishonored and Prey Arcane collection, which will contain the Dishonored DLC, Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2, and Prey, all in one collection. And it's all going to be essentially an upgraded, updated, remastered versions of all these games. And we can also assume that these games are going to be released on Game Pass day one as well, since Microsoft owns Bethesda.
So it's just like little signs how they're going to start doing these types of things for just the Xbox Series. Like, that's what I'm thinking here, because
Like,
this makes me want to play all the Wolfenstein games, because I haven't played them myself. And like I said, I have other plenty of shooters that I play with, so I've never really looked into the Wolfenstein series, but I kind of want to do so now just because they're
I
all
recommend
the
the Dishonored series as well if you haven't played them.
yeah. Dishonored and Wolfenstein are two really good franchises. This right here is just the precursor. This right here is just letting you know that more than likely going forward, these franchises are only going to be on Xbox. Because if they're only creating this collection just for the Series X and S, or Xbox in general, and there's not going to be like a PS5 version, oh yeah, that $7.5 billion purchase is just going to be Xbox only, and this is something that PlayStation fans are just going to have to more than likely get used to, unless you buy an Xbox console.
Oh man, just imagine them doing that on the bigger, like the even bigger titles, if they ever decide to. Which, like we discussed before, it would be bad for business, because why not go for other consoles? Like, let's say Fallout. Imagine if they would do that just exclusive for Xbox, for anything newer or anything bundle like what they did with Wolfenstein Dishonored.
Yeah, but again, they paid $7.5 billion. Like that has to that's more than likely going to show that these are only going to be Xbox and of course PC exclusive. Basically,
Gorgeous.
Imagine them just making all that money
Gorgeous.
back and then deciding to just make it exclusive. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said before, imagine they're just going with the flow. Anything that's already been released, that is agreed with, that's going to come out with other consoles, PS4 and Switch or Nintendo. Imagine them just agreeing with that once that releases, and they make their money back. Anything after that, they decide to just make it exclusive. That would
change it up.
When you think about it, that's just a big. It was just such a big purchase, and for them to, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're
like a monopoly type.
Yeah, I think we're feeling the effects of it still. I mean, like we can't even comprehend the effect of it. This is a big deal. I mean, as Winston stated, this is a big deal. I mean, instead of creating your own studios to make this, hey, you know what? I got the money. Let me go. Y'all are already a good studio. Here, let me go and just slide this over. And
they literally bought what's more than likely the third biggest publisher and developer in the industry. So that right there is already just insane to just even try to comprehend.
And TJ down at the bottom right-hand corner is pretty excited about it, right?
High five.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay. You know what?
That's because those are great games, or at least Wolfenstein is, and no, because I haven't finished any of the Wolfensteins and I already bought them, so I want to buy them again. I haven't even played them the first time.
Because I got Game Pass.
Is it? Well, I already have it, so it doesn't matter. I'm still stuck on the last level of the first one.
Me too.
Please don't tell me you're playing.
I haven't played it since it first launched.
Oh my god, guys, y'all are killing me.
I haven't played it, but I know I'm gonna be.
I'm on the hardest difficulty, and I made it all through the last level, and I keep dying.
You do that too, Max? Because that's what you do. You just buy the game, play it on the hardest difficulty, and not play the game again.
Never touch it ever again. Yeah.
Yep, and he's proud of that.
He starts it, and gets to his point where he's stuck, and never goes back.
The achievement hunter in me would love to, but I'm not that much of an achievement hunter anymore. So nowadays I just play it on normal. Maybe hardcore mode, which is like if they have a mode before like the hardest difficulty, I'll maybe do that. The only game I know I would do it for would be for like COD or for Halo. For Halo for sure, I would always go for the hardest difficulty, regardless if I'm playing by myself. But yeah, I can't wait to play the new Wolfenstein or all the Wolfenstein games. I'm actually looking forward to that because I've seen bits and pieces of it, of what it's like, the storyline, and some of the I guess clips from the game. So it looks very interesting. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
They're really great games.
But, guys, you know what else is a great game?
Oh, here we go, another transition.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Ooh. Okay.
And you know what they announced the other day? A new DLC pack for new characters.
Isn't Rambo coming?
Yeah.
Not only Rambo, yes, guys, that Rambo, Rain and Melina as well are coming.
Oh my god.
To Mortal Kombat 11. And on top of that, they announced a special edition called the the Mortal Kombat Ultimate 11 edition, which contains the original game plus the first combat pack plus the Aftermath story expansion. No, not the new DLC comes with it, not the new character pack. So that character pack is $15, I believe. To go ahead and get that, to go ahead and get Rain, Rambo, and Melina. And they also stated, free on November 17th, anybody who owns any edition of Mortal Kombat 11 gets a free upgrade to the next-gen consoles.
That's awesome.
So,
that's big.
You get the next-gen graphics, plus ray tracing on all copies of Mortal Kombat 11. On top of that, you get cross-gen, cross-play day one as well. Yes.
That's huge. Yeah.
November 17th, guys. Mortal Kombat has always been pro-consumer. Always.
Yeah.
They've done everything in their power to make sure that everybody has been able to play together. And it has not changed in this new generation. So, if you own a copy of Mortal Kombat 11, Rain, Melina, and Adrian.
Do you know if they use his voice, his actual voice in the
You know what?
game,
I
or-
don't know. Do
They
they?
do?
Ed Boon tweeted that it's Sylvester Stallone voicing his character.
That's actually pretty cool.
Awesome.
Hey, yo.
Awesome. And you know what, guys? You know who else enjoy that? Steven. And he did want me to tell everybody that he loves y'all, he misses y'all, and that he will be on next week. So he just had to go visit some family. But
It's all good.
That's what
We
he
miss
said
you
to
too,
me.
buddy.
But guys, fall, guys, Season 2.
I'm about to walk away.
Season 2 has started on Fall Guys, everybody. They announced 4 new game modes plus new costumes that you can download or try to earn in this new season. They're fun. I recommend them. I hardly ever get them because not only are these new levels in there, but the old levels are in there as well from season 1. So it's all kind of mixed in. So I hardly get to play the newest levels, but when I do, I'm kind of excited because I actually have a chance to win because not everybody has done them. So I've only gotten 1 win so far. 1 win. I will get more soon. I'm trying my hardest. It's so fun. I love it. It's such a fun game.
I still haven't played it. I need to play it. I bought it and I have it downloaded on my PC, but I just haven't gotten to play it yet.
Some would say I'm a dick.
Are you one of those players that push people off the?
Oh, I hold them.
He holds them.
I hold them until it's like the last few people that need to cross the finish line, and then I'll jump in. I'll wait by the finish line, just chilling, and somebody's trying to get there, and I'm just holding them, and then I'll.
You are a asshole. Sir.
I make
He's
people
like, I'm not
quit.
gonna win, so I'm gonna take my shot and ruin someone else's day. My day is ruined, so will yours.
But my day was kind of ruined when I found out that Outriders got delayed until February. So I am actually going to go ahead and put the trailer in the comments so y'all can go ahead and watch it, the viewers as well. Outriders was showed off at E3 2019. It was originally supposed to come out in December, I believe.
Yeah.
December, and then it was pushed over to March or February, was it?
Well, I think it was originally supposed to come out, in December, and then it got pushed to February.
Mm-hmm. And then it got pushed again to summer. I don't know what specific date.
Yeah, they did not announce a specific date, but for the fact that due to COVID, their production has been pushed even further. So it is a very exciting game. It's made by Square Enix, and it is essentially their answer to Destiny. It is another looter shooter. It looked very interesting. I don't know what the game is or what it's about still, but hey, we will find out soon, hopefully in March.
I mean, they're just pushing it back so much.
Yeah, I mean,
COVID, I understand with everything going on, but to me, when I saw the news, or basically, as we look up the information, for the podcast, honestly, I had forgotten about this game. Like that's how much they've pushed it back. So I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt sales when it releases, because people maybe have lost interest. But like I said, with everything going on, all the situation with COVID, I can understand how everything has slowed down in production, or how people are working from home and all that. So I'm just hoping that it's a very good competitor to Destiny, to where I'm gonna want to go ahead and jump into it and start playing it, because Destiny 2 I didn't purchase. Destiny 1 I thought it was amazing. So I love Square Enix, I love Final Fantasy, and I love Kingdom Hearts. So I want to see what their take on this is.
And I love the Avengers game.
Oh yeah, man.
You haven't even played it. You can't even make that face.
I played the beta. That was all I needed from there.
Man, that's a beta. That's like trying a cake before it's even cooked. Yeah, no, that's exactly that. That's it.
To taste the frosting, maybe.
Am I not right? That's right.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I'm hoping this is the last time they have to push back, and I hope this game, because it looks phenomenal. The graphics look good. Like everything looks awesome. I just, like I said, I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that it's really amazing compared to Destiny. So I mean, Destiny is to beat Destiny. Those are big shoes to fill in. So let's see what they can bring to the table.
Avengers is the new anthem.
Oh.
No, I did read that article. Apparently, Avengers right now has less than 1,000 players on their servers.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those. So
Hey, take it with pride, man. That's all it is.
I can't believe I paid like $80 for that game.
No.
More people were like making fun of the game because of how it looked. Like,
Yeah, but the story is amazing. That's what
I will
don't
give it
get.
that.
The story
give it that.
is amazing. I love the story. But yeah, there's nothing to do in that game. It was for me like how when I first started Destiny, when Destiny first came out, once I beat it, there was nothing to do. There was nothing.
I mean, storyline wise, yeah, I think.
No,
For the
even
first-
even after the story, like I was shooting the same loot cave over and over. I was
Wait, when did Raids come out?
They came out
When did
way
Raids come
after.
out?
They came out
They
way
came out,
after.
they came out after, but I don't think it was too long after.
No, it was like 6 months or not 6 months, maybe 3 months, 4 months after.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 months after the release of
And
the,
I beat
of the game.
I beat the game
okay.
like within the first.
But the reason they did that though was so people could level up because the raids were pretty difficult to do. So you had to have like the highest level stuff.
Yeah, so you had to
Good
grind.
weapons and all that.
grind.
So you had to grind. So then, I mean,
There was
I
nothing
guess-
to do but grind for the first 3 months. There's only so much grinding you can do before you just say, I'm tired of shooting the same cave.
For the people, yeah, it got a little repetitive. But as the game progressed, the years, they perfected that in regards to more things to do.
No,
more
now
things.
it's perfected.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take them months to perfect it.
Destiny 1, I mean, once the first game ended, I thought that was amazing. I thought they did really good. And then Destiny 2 came out, and they had issues in the beginning because they were trying to change it up from what they already had on the first one. They kind of didn't implement a lot to the second one, but then later on through the second one, they implemented back what they had done by the end of the first one, and then everything was kind of like going good again. So
So it just took them
Yeah.
years to figure it out. To be
it's
where it's at.
one of the first of its kind. So I mean, I can understand.
So
that.
Avengers has a chance, is what you're saying.
Sure. I think
I don't know about that.
I think people fell off the boat after the whole Spider-Man controversy. So
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel, TJ.
Hey, you want Spider-Man? Buy a PlayStation.
Okay.
$300 just to play one character to have in my house.
I mean, that game is amazing though. But I can understand that too.
Yes.
But it is $300 worth it.
Yeah.
it might come to Xbox. We just don't know when, but it might. Never know.
They want more money. They should.
But you know what's coming to all consoles, guys?
Oh God, what?
For Honor's update coming up on their newest season.
Oh.
Yeah, so they are getting some next gen updates in their newest season in December. This
I didn't know the game was still relevant.
apparently it is because they are getting some 4K graphics with better textures. They're getting 60 frames per second online play now.
Nice.
Ray tracing, so the reflections and puddles will be better, and it comes out again in December. Hey, you know what?
Gotta love those puddles.
I love
the shadows.
I love me some puddles. Some puddles.
This game actually has like a good like cult following.
Yeah.
Like there's still. I will go on Twitch and go under like the For Honor category, and there's still a good amount of people that are playing it, streaming it. So I mean, good for them. The game is still up and up and running.
I'm totally down with the time period. It's just, I guess it was the gameplay that kind of killed it for me.
Yeah, because it was like directional, like
Yeah, you had to be like on the ball with like.
It's all about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Wow, man.
But you know who didn't have good timing? Crucible, the game made by Amazon Studios, is shutting down. So, Crucible, yes, the free-to-play Amazon Studio game is shutting down after its release in April of 2020. Then they unreleased the game back on May of 2020. And I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your name. C-Thu has liked our stream. Thank you so much, C-Thu. You can catch us every Sunday at 12:05 p.m. We stream the latest gaming news, and please spread the word because we would love to quit our day jobs. But yes, the free-to-play Amazon Studio game is shutting down after its release on April 20th, then unreleasing the game on May 20th. And then the only way to play it was you actually had to go to the official website and request a code in order to play the game. You have to request the code. They are shutting the servers down on November 9th of 2020. Guys, why do you think that nobody wanted to play this game?
I don't even think they even push marketing behind this game. Because I only heard about this game when it was first announced, and that was it. I haven't heard anything about it unless I had to go and actively search for it. And I feel like that's the issue when it comes to big companies like Amazon and Google, where they'll come out with this gaming product. They'll, first thing they say, "Oh, we're going all in on this, 100%." And then a few months down the road, it's either hardly ever noticed, there's more issues, or they just shut whatever the game studio or that service down. Like, by just looking at this, you should also be worried about Luna later on down the road. Because if Luna don't start out the gate, bro, if Luna don't start out the gate with strong numbers, it can become another Google Stadia situation.
I feel like Amazon learned their lesson from Google, putting their products second. I feel like Amazon is going to go ahead and push all the way through, and especially when they have a better lineup already, joining with Ubisoft on top of that. I feel like they're starting strong, and they are starting with next gen titles. They're not referring to games back that was a whole year past when they were launching and pushing out their services. So
Stadia has a partnership with Ubisoft too.
Stadia is dumb. How many Google devices work with Stadia now?
Hell, the new fucking Chromecast that's about to come out it's not even compatible with Stadia.
Exactly. Exactly. There's only so far one device that apparently works with Google Stadia, and it comes in their box when you pre-ordered it, when you get the Founders Edition of it. WTF, mate?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, when big companies like this and like going now, when they're shutting, video games studios down,
yeah,
it's a repeated pattern. It just shows that they are not being consistent. They're only joining in when it's at its peak, basically.
Yeah, they're trying to join the bandwagon in regards to making profit from something that might work. So.
Yeah, how I feel about it is what's showing in TJ's expression at the bottom right-hand corner.
like
Yeah, it just boggles my mind because the video game industry has risen from just this small little geeky industry to a multi-billion-dollar industry that is bigger than the movie and music business almost combined.
You can say almost multi-trillion.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous on how big this business is. And for companies to try to jump in thinking that they can only put a little dash here and say, hey, we're gamers too. We are smarter consumers than that. We know what we want. We have been in this industry before you even decided to jump in it. We know what we want. We have been seeing what fails. We have been seeing what works. We have been testing out and setting the roadway for you. And for you to jump in and give us one device that says, hey, we are gamers too. Here you go. Oh, by the way, yeah, we have some games from last year. Y'all can go ahead and play. Enjoy. Now give us our money. We're not dumb at all. I promise you. We are very innovative. We are very what's a good word for me to put here besides smart, because I mean we are very smart.
Not stupid.
We are not stupid, sir. Quit treating us like we're dumb. I promise you, we are not dumb. We are the ones that are making you money. So for you to just push out one device and say, give me your money, is an insult.
It's the fact that they're even considering to put such little effort and thinking that they're going to get profit off of that. I mean, like you said, it's we've been gamers, or people that are gamers have been around for decades now. So if you're going to put something out and you're going to make it quote unquote innovative, put some effort into it. We know what we want. If you're trying to wow us, make us go to you, show us why. Why should we? Why should we even consider you?
Because I bet Crucible is a good game. We just didn't hear anything about it because it doesn't really push.
Besides the fact that, marketing is important, very, very important. But also, I think that time frame also in April was when the whole COVID thing also started going on as well. So that's kind of hard to push when everything in the world at the time was just in chaos. So that could be something else as well. Maybe that's why there wasn't a lot of promoting. But
definitely
for a big company like that, Amazon or Google, regardless, it should have not been gone to the point where they have to shut down.
Exactly.
That just shows us that you're not putting too much effort, and that you're gonna try to maybe do it again in the future with another innovative trick or do something else that you think might work with the consumers, with the gaming consumers. So put more effort into it. That's all we're saying. Put more effort. Make us want your products.
Yeah, exactly. Just like how much effort we put into our product at tangentgamerpodcast.com, which has the latest news, video, and merch. We have phone cases. We have T-shirts for all the 22 listeners that are watching us. So please, thank you so much for watching. You can visit us at tangentgamerpodcast.com for the latest news, videos, and merch.
These segues, man.
He was just waiting for me. He was just waiting. Like, all right, shut up, Fabian. Shut up, man. Here's my turn. Bam.
Just say that one word. Say that one word.
Say that one word. Release date for Medium. The Medium got a release date for December 10th, which is a Xbox Series release game that is also coming out on Game Pass day one. December 10th. If you don't know what this game is, or wondering, The Medium, haven't I seen that TV show before? No, you haven't, because this game is totally different. Check it out, youtube.com, The Medium. Great game that uses the full power and the full potential of these new consoles. Great game. It is about a psychic who goes into two worlds in the same timeline and tries to figure out the mysteries of the universe.
It looks really cool.
I'm excited. Very good.
I'm excited to play it. I love me a good, scary, spooky game.
Yes, and so does Youth and Eyes on Twitch. She actually does stream scary games. That is her specialty. So please check out Youth in Eyes 317 on Twitch. She is a great scary game streamer. Check out her Twitch page. Fantastic. And last, or second to last, but not least, Game Pass. The thing that I have been arguing about on iOS is coming in 2021. Phil Spencer himself said we are going to push Game Pass on iOS devices in 2021 using a, in quote, direct browser-based solution. So, yes, meaning that Apple can't regulate any of those things via the browser. So, guys, I'm sticking with Apple now.
Oh my.
God damn it.
The decision has been made. If I have to wait one more year, that's fine. As long as you're not taking the option away from me. Fantastic. I mean, but first of all, thanks to Amazon Luna, because the way that they were able to do it when they first announced their streaming service on iOS, for iOS, is that they were doing it the exact same way, which actually helped Microsoft push to go ahead and get iCloud, the xCloud on iOS devices. Yeah. First off, let's start with TJ. Does this get you excited now?
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I can access this stuff anywhere, just makes it a whole lot easier.
A man with few but strong words. Winton.
What about me?
Tell me, man. Well, I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, I'm excited. This gets me pumped up. As an iOS user?
I mean, good. Yeah, good for people that are going to be taking advantage of the xCloud service. That's I'm happy for them. It's probably something that I'm not going to use. But other than that, it's good that they pretty much just said, you know what, you're not going to let us on your platform. We're just going to find a workaround. And luckily, Amazon was there to, put out that idea of, hey, do it, I wouldn't say they told them to do it this way, but they probably saw what Amazon is doing and be like, hey, we can more than likely do the same thing. So, it was only a matter of time before there would have been like a big F you to Apple and be like, we'll get on your platform one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And Reynolds Sack, thank you for so much for following us. Greatly appreciate it. You can always join in on the conversation if you ever leave comments or have a question about gaming. We are an all-around group of gamers from PC to PlayStation to Nintendo to whatever. If you can game on it, we got you. So y'all just go ahead and leave some comments. We'll go ahead and answer them the best that we can. But Fabian, man, gaming on iOS for Xbox games, I'm excited, aren't you?
Yeah, it depends what games it is too. I mean, it's another option that's added besides playing on either your PC or your Xbox. Your phone. Yes. I mean, nowadays I know plenty of people that play on their phones and don't have consoles or PCs. So,
yeah.
You? Okay.
Oh, I don't even have iOS, so this doesn't even pertain to me. I don't even.
Yeah, no, he has Android.
Gotcha.
I still play a lot of mobile games, though.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna try to do it. So see how that goes. I'm not really much of a phone gamer myself.
Yeah.
But anything Xbox related, I am always down for. So I'm definitely going to give that a shot. And that's, like I said, it's another addition to PC or Xbox. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and Phil Spencer did state also as well that this actually helps push them to a potential way for Xbox streaming on PC as well. So do some browser streaming, just like how Stadia is doing. So, I mean, this opens up a window. Some browser-based streaming, not only on iOS, opens up to browser-based streaming on PC and Mac. I mean, guys, the platforms now that Xbox could potentially be on or potentially be on is on their consoles themselves, PC, all web browsers, and all phones.
Tablets.
All around, pretty much. They're basically everywhere now.
And then soon to be Nintendo Switch.
Yes. No, and it would not surprise me one bit because as we stated on our last episode, if you actually go to our Facebook or Twitch page at Tangent G Podcast, you can actually hear us talk about on how we think Xbox and Nintendo are kind of conforming and collaborating with the announcement of Steve on Super Smash Brothers. This has been took years in the making to actually go ahead and do, but Xbox has always been open to be pushed on Nintendo platforms. Look at Minecraft Dungeon, which is pushed on all platforms. What is it to say that, that they don't try to, join forces? TJ went to go run a quick errand real quick, so we don't mind that.
I mean, it's only a matter of time. Will it happen anytime soon? Who knows? But like you said, you're getting to the point where you can just basically play Xbox anywhere. That's awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
and as one of our top commenters, Joe Estrada, stated, Xbox is king. Yeah.
That's bold. That's very bold.
That's a bold statement, sir. But
I mean, he can say that because he could technically say that because PC, phone, and possibly Nintendo. I mean, come on, Winston,
join us.
He's gonna be like PC Master Race. PC Master Race.
Join us.
I mean, I have Game Pass on my PC, so I'm technically part of the discussion as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But just flat out saying Xbox is king, that's a stretch. That's a long stretch.
Ooh.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if so.
Well, just letting you know, Mr. Joe, that the Tangent Gamer podcast liked that comment, so please like our video and share our video here.
Dictatorship right there. Like,
I'm not part of this.
You're part of Gamers.
As stated,
I'm
the
not part of this.
TGP supports your cause, sir.
No, I am not part of this.
Winston, yes you are. Yes you are.
I am not part of this.
Oh, mind you, he added on to that. He said in regards to resourcefulness. So
Okay,
he's saying like is king and because they're available in all platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that comment.
I like the fact that Microsoft or Xbox is trying to branch out, like, to everything, like make everything close to one. So to where it's gonna get to the point where it doesn't matter what console you get because you'll be able to have access to some of Xbox, some of Nintendo or PlayStation. And so
The
on.
one thing I don't want is Xbox to stop being a hardware provider and mainly focusing on software.
Boy, you about to be out of luck.
Because I get it as a software provider now, and in regards to gaming, not talking about their other products like their Office products and stuff like that, but as far as their gaming products, all the studio purchases that they've been buying, through this, purchases and buyouts, you can start losing sight of what it is, and it's supposed to be a hardware software merger, not one overtaking the other. So what I don't want is the software to overtake the hardware, and the hardware start getting pushed aside to where it is just straight software.
I mean, their mentality now going forward is that it's not about just the Xbox consoles anymore. It's about the Xbox brand in general.
Yeah.
So it's we're getting to the point where I know, and I know you don't want to see it go this way, but it's going to go this way where Xbox, the brand, is going to be all about software, and that's the main reason why they're focusing so much. They're focusing so much on Game Pass because they want Game Pass to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Game Pass is their main thing.
Yeah.
They probably could care less if you purchase a Series X or a Series S console. As long as you're subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, that's what's making them the most money at the end of the day. So, and I know a lot of people, because I know me and Joe has this conversation a lot when it comes to consoles. There is going to be a time where consoles are going to be, I wouldn't say a thing of the past, but it's going to be something that you're going to release. You're going to be relying on the lease, because it's going to get to the point where you're going to be playing games pretty much across any device that you can think of going forward in the future.
No, and
And it's all going to be about that subscription-based service that you're going to be signing up for.
no, and I 100% agree with that. Yes, having physical hardware is king. And yes, you get less of the lag, but as technology progresses, as the convenience of everything progresses, yes, I mean we are luckily growing up in the beginning of a technology where we're seeing with GeForce Now, with Stadia, with xCloud, with Luna, with all these streaming gaming services who are paving the way to a point where convenience comes over, the physical hardware and the money aspect of it. Because, I mean, how convenient is it for me to, the device that I already pay, over $1,000 for, can play my PlayStation games, can play my Xbox games, can play my Luna games. I mean, it is crazy insane on how technology has progressed so far. We are heading that way. I mean, in the end of it all, yes, we are heading that way. I don't see anything changing. The course that we're heading is coming to an all streaming era. I mean, Fabian, does that sound right?
I think yes and no. I think consoles will still. Man, I wouldn't even be, or just the thought of it to where maybe Xbox could be implemented onto TV, something like that, or like a big software update to your TV, to future TVs, to where you buy this TV, you get a Xbox added to that,
Samsung.
or Samsung or LG, so there's no more console. It's going to be implemented to your TV, or you get a controller that just, that's going to be the console itself, and it's going to plug up to your TV. So, I mean, obviously, I don't prefer to play on the phone. I'd rather play on a TV because I'm more competitive. So, but I can see to where consoles can be obsolete, but the console can be partnered up with a TV brand type thing.
Yeah.
And that will be your live streaming thing. And I think that would be pretty awesome if they eventually go to something like that. Make a gaming brand TV that's going to be a console itself type-esque. So streaming for sure is going to be the next step. And I wouldn't be surprised if not maybe the next console, but the console after that, next gen console after that, they decide to do that type of thing. Either get a PC or get a TV with a certain update for you to add Xbox or PlayStation, or maybe all together. This is the possibilities nowadays are just endless for good ideas. So.
Yeah, and I mean, because what?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Xbox has already has a partnership with Samsung, as Samsung Galaxy phones being the official phones for Xbox. So I mean, well, who's to say that later next year the new Samsung TVs will have the Xbox xCloud app, where you can which the TVs already you can connect a Bluetooth controller to the TVs to play their app games on their app store. I mean, who's to say that can't be the case? Or Xbox, if you don't have a Samsung TV, they release the Xbox Fire Stick, or the streaming stick, and you just plug it up HDMI. All it does is stream, the Xbox platform. I mean, yeah, the possibilities are endless for like a $30 stick, $40 stick. Plug it up HDMI, boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the possibilities are endless, and yes, and for the fact that the convenience of, instead of having,
Can't hear you.
Okay,
How about now? Plug something.
Yeah, it sounded like it just went out.
How about now?
Oh,
Nope.
You sound like a robot.
But as Max was saying, yeah. Consoles, it can become obsolete at one point. It may become obsolete to maybe, like I said, like a Fire Stick device added to your TV, or something added to a TV that might be partnered up with a console or a TV brand, come together like Samsung and Xbox, or just a controller that can be the console itself.
Yeah,
I can see that consoles can be obsolete. Maybe not next gen, but maybe the next gen after that.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be like right out the gate next gen.
Yeah.
It will be a couple of generations before it gets to the point where you can pretty much just download whatever the app is and just play it on whatever device is capable of, basically.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows? But what I do know for a fact is the industry is moving towards everything going streaming with all these subscription services coming out.
All digital.
All digital, just gotta get used to it, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's actually a good topic.
That was, yeah.
That's.
We live up to our name. We live up to our name. I watched it. I was just like, okay. I mean, oh no! See, I just watched the keynote presentation, and I mean, if you're a big Razer fan, I bet you love the hell out of this. But other than that, Euthanize said that they can't hear Max. Oh, you good? I can hear you. Hold on. Hello.
It'll take a second for them to reply if they can't hear you.
Testing. All right, there I am.
All right.
So you were saying what?
But I mean, it's RazerCon is awesome if you're a big fan of Razer's products. But I mean, it's just just the same thing like with the Apple conference or a Samsung conference. It's just if you're a big fan of that brand, they got new products for you to purchase, and it's really something that if you're not really into, you can just read about it and go from there.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, I'm just going to go through the products that they announced. So the Razer Blade Stealth 2020 is going to be $1799. It's going to host an 11th Gen i7 processor with 4.7 gigahertz, OLED 120 hertz, but a small, measly 1650 Ti.
I wouldn't say small, measly.
Laptop.
I wouldn't say small, measly.
Laptop.
I wouldn't say small, measly.
Laptop.
I wouldn't say that.
Razer Siren Mini, the mic. Apparently, that has the power of a Elite mic. $50, $49.99.
That's not bad.
It's about this big, dude. I mean,
So it's basically something. It'll be equivalent to what you have now, type thing.
Yeah, according to them. Yes.
Oh, damn. For that
It
price.
has a super cardio pattern, so it's able to pick up like a lot of like noise space around the microphone. So it's really good for that
So
price.
yeah, you know, so as I'm talking over here, it's the same thing as if I was talking like right here. So it's a very equivalent and a very powerful mic. And I accidentally moved my mic boom. And cool. All right, but yes, also as well, the Razer Isker gaming chair. Apparently, they put a lot of thought into this. It has 4D armrests, a lumbar support that supports up to 26 degrees of your lumbar, which, by the way, apparently they put a lot of thought and technology into this. Normally, they were like, normally these kind of chairs will be $1,500. But we're not charging that. We're not even charging $1,000. We're charging $499.99 for this chair, which you can get now. This might be my next purchase, guys. That lumbar.
Yeah, that lumbar is pretty intense.
Yeah. I know I can go and probably buy it.
As we get older, the more we can appreciate that.
Yes. Welcome to the Old Timer Tangent Gamer podcast.
Gaming chairs are pretty trash, but this one that they're making it's not just your regular gaming chair. It's going to have like lumbar support of like your top of the line. How do you pronounce it? Ergomatic or ergomatic? Yeah, ergomatic chairs out there. So they from what they talked about during the presentation, they put a lot of thought into creating this gaming chair that's going to be better than your DX racers and all the other stuff that are out there.
Well, Max, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna be our little guinea pig and give us your input into it.
Yeah, I already told Eileen about. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to dish out $499. That was coming from my computer.
Told her.
Well, I told her. It was more of I asked.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I was like, hey,
I asked in a very stern tone.
Can I?
She just walks in with the pan, just like, what'd you say? What was that?
What was
But you know what else? The Razer Kraken BT Kitty Edition Bluetooth headphones. Yes, apparently cat ear headphones have been a very popular thing with Razer, according to their conference. And people were
Real talk, those headphones are popular.
I was like, and apparently people were wanting to wear them outside of their gaming rig. So they created the Bluetooth edition, which has up to 50 hours of music time and RGB. It's so popular, in fact, that they said, hey, if you, hashtag us on a tweet, we created a popular dance. And if you send it to us, you doing this dance, which is something like...
It's like a key, yeah.
Yeah, it was like... And
yeah, Max, keep doing it.
Wait, hold on here. I got y'all, guys. I got
Dude,
you.
Oh, no.
Do the hip roll.
Oh.
I thought he was actually going to do it. I was about to cringe so hard.
Cringe. But no, that's actually going to be $100, which is actually decent for a pair of over-the-ear Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
50 hours? Damn.
And then the Razer Tomahawk Gaming PC Chassis, which I'm actually thinking about getting for my new PC. That looked pretty dope. RGB, guys. I'm a huge fan of RGB. If you don't know my gaming rig, I have an RGB mouse pad, mouse, and keyboard. Yeah, so complete RGB. For the ITX version of it, it's going to be $179.99, and the ATX version $199.99, which of course ATX all the way, better airflow. So
yeah, you gotta get the big towers.
And then they announced more partnerships with the Razer Chroma RGB platform. So they announced partnership with Corsair, Western Digital. Western Digital and Seagate are some of the partnerships that they announced. So the hard drives that they are coming out with are RGB compatible now, which will be able to be used with Razer Chroma software.
Yeah.
So, and they announced much more. And the credit card, guys, that you can test out. Did you hear about this? I didn't post this up, but yes, the credit card is RGB, guys. It has a little Razer logo on it. This logo right here. It's like 3 snakes. But yes, if you are a platinum member or something like that, it lights up RGB.
Yay! Don't tell me you're gonna get it.
No, you can only beta test it in Taiwan right now. I already tried.
Of course.
I already tried it.
I already tried. But yeah, I mean, Razer Con was guys. I mean, the chair was cool. I'm really excited about the chair. As an old man, my lumbar support is a pillow. So I mean,
Again, if you're a big fan of Razer products, boom, that's all for you right there.
This guy is.
Corsair.
HyperX.
All right.
But yeah. So, TJ, any thoughts?
I mean, I like Razer products. It looks really nice. They put out some pretty cool stuff, so I'm down with that. I'd probably get the chair in like 5 years.
In 5 years.
Yes.
That tower though, I'm looking at it right now. That tower looks pretty cool.
I know, right? Right? Can you
I just want
imagine
to get a PC.
an AMD? Oh, and they also announced other partnerships with that Razer Chroma. They're coming out with special edition motherboards that are the Razer edition motherboards as well. RGB. It's all sexy, guys. RGB is sexy. I don't care if a unicorn puked on my desktop. It's great.
What?
RGB, man.
Because
Got it.
it's with rainbows, RGB.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright!
I mean, yeah. So Razer Con, meh. That was my thought on it. Yeah. Other than that, guys, is there any other gaming news?
I think that was it.
The Microsoft GameStop partnership.
Ah!
Oh, yes.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to shout in the mic. Yes.
That's actually pretty big news. How could we... terrible. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
We
You
can
know,
cover that really quick.
Yeah, Winton, go ahead. Take over.
Well, basically, don't think of this as GameStop being a Microsoft Xbox only store going forward. They're just GameStop is going to take advantage of Microsoft's Azure cloud technology, and they're going to make the stores pretty much more efficient for customers, that are just wanting to buy things. Instead of having to wait in line at a register, they'll be able to process your orders through a Surface tablet. They're just going to take advantage of the cloud technology from Microsoft to make their stores' performance, even better.
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically like well, I haven't been to an Apple store, but basically like the Apple store where they'd be able to process your payments right then and there instead of having to wait in line. So I mean, overall, that's good for GameStop.
So you're saying it's like a Microsoft store at GameStop?
Basically, yeah. It's basically going to be like a Microsoft store, but with the GameStop logo
And all consoles.
And all consoles still. Yeah. It's not going to be just Microsoft stuff. It's going to be GameStop itself, just with Microsoft's cloud technology.
And here, let me tell you something real quick.
Oh god.
I normally don't shop at GameStop at all. I don't like GameStop. I don't. Sorry, GameStop. I just don't like y'all.
22 hours.
Yes, I did wait 22 hours for a Series X pre-order. Me and Baby.
Wow, what a loser. Oh, dang.
But GameStop, they're not knowledgeable at all. The employees are there just for a sale. That's all they are.
You don't find many Charles over there anywhere.
No.
Or Danny's.
Yeah, Charles or Danny's. But that being said, yeah, I went and to pay off the remainder of my console, and for them to not be knowledgeable and not having the tools that they need right at their fingertips, yeah, it sucks. I mean, I had a guy talk to me and say, why, how come I'm not pre-ordering any games? And I told him because I have Game Pass, and he's like, yeah, Game Pass is $25.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Okay.
And I told him, well, I was like, no, that's not true. So I kind of informed him a bit. And he continues to say, well, you know, I can at least get EA access for $3 a month.
Oof.
Okay.
Oof.
Which it's nowhere near accurate.
I
But
remember
now,
I had a GameStop in the mall, and I had to take like a full like exam in order to get hired.
yes, for Microsoft to come in and being able to provide them the tools, so at their fingertips, they can be like, this guy's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like this game and this game, and they can be like, do. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, you know what? Here's a game that's kind of similar to it. They have now the ability, thanks to Microsoft, to have the power at their fingertips, so they don't sound dumb anymore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that extension. You'll probably still have some
The guy that Max was talking
sales
about.
reps that will give the information, out of context. It's just they just got to do that.
They have more power at their fingertips now.
But will they fully use it? That's the
Well,
question.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a GameStop employee, but I even told the guy was like, man, well, Game Pass, to me, it's not worth it for $15 a month for a Game Pass Ultimate. And I was like, well, just try regular Game Pass for $10. And I said, you know what? As a Microsoft, as a partial Microsoft employee now, I'm pretty sure that you're going to get discounts. And you know what he told me? He said that the managers, the day that they announced it, all the managers got $50 gift cards to Starbucks immediately that day that announcement came out.
Yes.
Sure.
To say as a welcome. So they have money. They're going to be able to get these discounts. This is going to make them more knowledgeable in the Microsoft ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yes, this might give them a better ability, and I might be able to hold a conversation with a GameStop employee, not trying to sound like I'm being a smartass to them.
You're reaching, man. You're reaching. I'm not giving him that much credit, to be honest. You're
No,
reaching.
I like the GameStop employees. I do. They are doing their job.
Of course.
Their boss is telling them, I want 30 pro gamer subscriptions today. And they're going to say whatever they can. They're salespeople.
They gotta fight for the sales. Yeah, exactly.
But,
At least sound knowledgeable.
exactly.
At least you know what you're selling.
Exactly. Instead of saying that, this Yoshi egg lamp is also compatible with my Switch, when it's not. It's a lamp. Yes, I heard that before. Trust me, it is not. I cringed. I'm. Yes. Guys, GameStop employees, if you're out there, please message us. Text us. Tell us. Let us know. I mean, what is y'all's aspect on, trying to talk to the customer? I mean, do y'all know what y'all are talking about? Do y'all not know what y'all are talking about?
I think with Microsoft taking over, I think it's going to be more professionalized into be for the customer, or I'm sorry, for the employee to be more knowledgeable, especially when it comes to the Xbox products. I'm pretty sure they're going to push out a lot of Xbox stuff, and then needing to know how to not just do the sell, but how to answer questions properly. But I'm sure Microsoft is going to take care of that, and also make sure that they push out Xbox products properly as well. That's what I think. I think it's for the better. It's going to be a better. I know it's still going to be a GameStop and everything, but
it's still going to be the game. It's still going to be the same GameStop. It's just they're going to be using probably a Surface tablet to purchase cash out your purchase. That's basically what it is. What it's going to be. I highly doubt that
Using
them
Microsoft
are-
Excel to keep track of it.
the Office products. Well, let me pull it up on my PowerPoint real quick. But no, but it's still going to be, again, it's going to be the same GameStop. It's just now they got more tools under their belts
More
to
of an
try
updated-
to give a
updated tools.
grade A customer service to the guests.
Yep.
TJ?
I think Microsoft's just gonna get an extra shelf now.
They'll get more space inside the store.
They're gonna whole corner to themselves at every store.
No, they're gonna have the smallest wall for all the other consoles, PC, one wall, and then Xbox is just gonna be the rest of the walls.
Well, I mean, that's how it is right now. I've been to a couple of GameStops, and their Xbox walls are small. They're tiny.
Because didn't they get rid of the 360 section?
No, they still have them, and it's
Oh,
still
wow.
small.
Yeah, they still have that previous gen aisles.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
GameStop, fix yourself. Damn it, so Microsoft doesn't have to bail you out. God. Anyway.
They still got a lot of work to do.
But good job for Microsoft for having extra money to buy and save a
I'm telling you,
company.
Monopoly. That's what's
I love that
that's what it's
game.
going to.
But other than that, guys, is there anything else?
Nope. That was actually it. I can't believe we forgot about that last time.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that was weird. Well, guys, this is it. This is the end of Tangent Gamer Podcast episode 8. Real quick, TJ, can you give us your handles so you can go be responsible and go to work and make us some money?
You can find me on PlayStation, Juke by Camel. You can find me on Battle.net, Sneaky012, and you can find me on Steam. Steam balls for breakfast.
Nice. Very nice. Fabian.
For now, it's just Xbox One, all you can eat. That's pretty much it.
I.
All you can eat, all caps.
Nice. Mr. Booker, please.
You can find me on Steam, Origin, Epic, Battle.net, Uplay, GOG, at LaserCookie. You can find me on PlayStation at LaserCookie. You can find me on Nintendo at LaserCookie. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at laser_GG. I also have podcasts, Laser Talk, a video game podcast that I do every Saturday. You can find me on all podcast services. And be on the lookout for a YouTube channel here.
Oh,
Nice. And and please listen to his podcast. This last episode he did talk about on if you're trying to decide on which console to choose, on how to choose it and to base it under. So great. It was a great hear. Please listen to Laser Talk. Great podcast. And then as for me, you can catch me on all platforms, SyphonMax, SYPHONMAX. Also, I am getting ready to start my new series on trying out old school games. I'm going to be plugging in my Dreamcast here pretty shortly, just going about and talking about the history of the game and, what I think about it as I play through it. So I'm planning on starting that shortly here.
Euthanize. We love y'all. Love from the Garzas and the McCaulleys.
Nice. Thank you so much for Euthanize. Other than that, guys, you can, if you didn't hear our handles or you want to know exactly what they are, you can visit www.tangentgamerpodcast.com for the latest news, video, and merch. All our videos are posted there also as well. All our merch is there, and you can catch all our handles there as well. Fabian, Winton, TJ, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Sunday, and thank you everybody who listened, and thank you for following us, sharing us. We love to do this. This is our passion. We don't even see this as a job. We wake up excited to go ahead and do this. Y'all are the reason why we do it. So please like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, and let us know what you think. You can let us know at tangentgamerpodcast.com or all the platforms that we stream this on. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much, and catch y'all next time.